we've sort of been through a few different things, and I sort of said to my coach, this period right now, in the next sort of month or two, we're going to look at a bit more medley work, focus on a few technical aspects. I know if I want to sort of be world's best in the medley, I've got to fix my breaststroke. There's a few little technical aspects and a few breaststroke kick that I sort of haven't done for a number of years. So we're fixing a few things, and then obviously I'll race both the backstroke and medley here, which is fantastic, and we'll probably make a decision early next year once the ISL's finished, and then we'll race a few long course meets back home in Oz. And it's not an easy decision, obviously. Both I've sort of said to Dean, my coach, my heart is definitely with the backstroke. It's sort of what I love the most. I grew up sort of being a backstroker, or I was obviously 2016. I swam in Rio as a backstroker, and Dean said to me, well, actually you grew up as a medley swimmer. Before you were sort of your best years as a teenager, you predominantly were a medley swimmer, and the aspect of going back to that is also exciting as well. So it's not an easy decision. We've even spoke about the potential to do both. Obviously Ryan Lochte tried it in 2016, and it's not an easy double to do. So, or 2012, sorry. But I think I'll do one or the other. Yeah, a little bit. We sort of look at a few different things. We look at, what I'm capable of. If you sort of put my best swims forward, and I sort of said to Dean, obviously the 100 back, is an event I want to swim as well, and that opens up the medley relay and the mixed medley relay. So you certainly got a great opportunity there, and I sort of said to him, I don't want to drop the 2 back work if it's going to affect my 100 back as well. So we're sort of trying to juggle the two, and like I said, at the moment I'm doing a little bit more medley work, which is our off season at the moment, so it adds a bit more fitness, a bit more sort of mental stimulus as well. It's a bit more exciting, and we'll look at obviously the depth around the world. The Americans have been fantastic in backstroke with Murphy, and I think he'll be back to sort of his best next year. And you've got the Russians as well that are swimming fantastic as well. So the medley is a little bit more open, I think, but at the same time, I don't think that weighs too heavily on my decision. Yeah, absolutely. So our trials last year was 5 weeks. That was our first sort of time practicing it, and I think there's a few things I've changed going into Worlds this next time round. I said to Dean, my speed wasn't as good as it has been. I was a lot fresher going into our trials, unfortunately, and we sort of tried to inject work in between trials and Worlds just to sort of maintain fitness, and I think it sacrificed a little bit of my speed. But at the same time, next year there's a few things we'll tweak, and just getting back to your question, I think I'll see what times people are posting around the world in both events, and I'll probably swim the 2 back in the medley at our trials. But at the same time, I think I would have already made my decision. We're looking. I said to Dean, I'll make it January, February, and then I want to stick with it sort of from then on. Atmospheres like that, they're pretty rare back home. In terms of the setup with the lights, the DJ, things like that, they're not that common back home in Oz, but we certainly are trying to encourage it more. Some of it means we've got a few DJs on deck, and obviously not to the extent they've sort of provided here, which is fantastic. It's really ramped it up the next level. Swimming back home's we've such a proud culture, and there's a lot of meets that we do that are just as hypey, I guess, without the lights and that. But at the same time, to come here and see it at the next level was fantastic. I think it's really good for the sport.